Ciao everyone! I am here for another unboxing video. Saw it, I did a little unboxing of the Apple Ipod Touch 2019. I just purchased it last month. I really want to share it with you and talk about this. Apple hasn't been out with a music Ipod Touch since around a couple of years, more than a couple of years since the last Ipod Touch 6. So everybody was like very surprised that they kind of renewed the device. Is not something that people wanted to see or wanted to have. It is not as exciting anymore as it was before. I really don't think it is a necessity, that we are far more advanced in technology now in 2020. We have our phones, we have iPads that really caters to music, you know, which is what an Ipod Touch is all about. It's all about music. I really wanted to talk about this because you all know I am a music lover. So as you saw on the little unboxing video, I got the silver one and I really love it. I've had no, it's not the first generation. It was second one that was like years and years ago. It was the first Apple device that I ever got. I was very happy and excited. I really wanted it. I really do listen to a lot of music and I had my cell phone back then. But I remember I had the Samsung cell phone. It wasn't enough. Like I had a very small memory, and you all know this. It's always been the problem about cell phones when you listen to music, when you watch movies, when you are on YouTube or anything like that. It really drains up the battery. And of course, I needed my cell phone for other stuff calling, texting, messaging, and all that. And so I really wanted the Ipod Touch so badly. And yes, I still have it until now, as you can see. Still have the box. That is how it looks like back then. So this is the new one. Look at the difference, right? And it's still working actually, but of course the apps are not updated. It doesn't result in my iCloud profile because I have this for 8 years now. So it's so old. You can still put in some music, but the sound quality is not that great anymore. And on the screen, if you turn on the device, a partial part of the screen here at the top on the right side here is starting to black out, and the screen is gonna be all blacked out. Of course, the device won't function anymore. And the thing that really annoys me is that the battery doesn't last anymore, even half an hour. So it's really annoying to always have to charge it. I thought I'm just gonna have to say goodbye to it. I really want to hold on to it a little bit longer. I don't know, it's just very memorable, very nostalgic, because like what I said, this is the first ever Apple device I've ever had. The money that went into it is really worth it because you've got a lot of use out of it before it dies out. I really do want to surrender this into one of the Apple stores, you know, for recycle. Of course, I cannot just trash this out in the bin. Okay, so this is how it is. Then I have the button here. This is the old home button. I think it's nice that way. I mean, this is also really nostalgic because this is the original Apple button. This what kind of separates the whole look of Apple. You will really recognize that a device is an Apple device, you know. When I push the home button, I have this. I have here my calendar, I have my clock, I have Safari right here if I want to surf the net, and I have my settings. Just like your cell phone, you can actually customize your home screen. Of course, this is an Ipod Touch, so on my first home screen, I have my podcast, my Spotify, I have my Amazon Music, and Amazon Prime Video. This goes hand in hand with the Amazon Music app. I want them together. Okay. I like Spotify more for podcasts rather than music. I use Amazon Music more for music than Spotify. And of course, podcasts. I love podcasts. I can actually give you some Apple podcasts that I really love. I have Colorful from ColourPop Cosmetics. They just started this podcast about makeup. This is the first one. I am really excited about this. I have 9 Lives with Dr. Cat. This is really nice. If you are a cat lover, you will learn a lot of things about cats. I have Oprah's Super Soul Conversations. That is also really nice. You all know Oprah, right? She's overrated, I think. Don't come for me. It's my opinion. But sometimes there are episodes like here in this podcast in particular that she has had guests that you can actually learn something from. Very inspirational. I love the one when she interviewed Alicia Keys during the pandemic thing, and she also interviewed Jennifer Lopez. There are lots of episodes that is really interesting and very inspirational. Oh my gosh, the double cleanse. I love this. This is the podcast of Robert Welsh and his twin brother. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. I love them together. Oh my gosh, I can't remember his twin brother's name, but Robert Welsh is a makeup artist, right? He is English from the UK, if I'm not mistaken. I'm really new to his YouTube channel, so I don't really know a lot about him, but my god, he's gorgeous. He is very talented as a makeup artist. I love him. And then I started to know about his podcast with his twin brother, who happens to be a skincare enthusiast. So both of them together really go hand in hand. They talk about beauty stuff, which is of course makeup and skincare. So I highly do recommend that. And I also have this, The Overwhelmed Brain. This one. This is Paul Kolayani, Personal Growth for Critical Thinkers. Learn, grow, heal, and evolve. Talks a lot about, mental health, emotional stuff, and I love it. Very interesting. I started to listen with Great Expectations, Persuasion, all of these stuff, the classic audiobooks. So you will find a lot. And on Spotify, I started to explore more about Filipino podcasts. I started with Say Tioko. She is a Filipina content creator, YouTuber, vlogger, and she started a podcast. She uploads on Spotify, and she is the reason why I started to listen to Spotify. And then I discovered other Filipino podcasters, and they're amazing. Like, I have Conservative Ako, and then After 30 with Cara Erigel. There is also this very funny The Sexy Minds podcast with DJ Tony and a therapist, Dr. Rica Cruz. You won't believe this. DJ Tony is one of well-known Filipino radio DJs in the Philippines. Oh my gosh, I can still remember the radio station 89.9 Magic FM. I listened to that like when I was in college. I love two segments in that radio station. The one that I listen to in the morning when I prepare and go to school, and another one in which at night, which is called Boys Night Out. There were three men in there, and DJ Tony was one of them. And oh my gosh, they are really, really funny. More than 10 years later, I discovered he has this podcast. I mean, it's really amazing that the people or the stuff that you really like years ago when you were still young are still here, you know, and it's nostalgic. It's really, really memorable. And so yeah, so Spotify is more like for Filipino podcasts that I listen to. So let's go to Amazon Music. I have here some music that I downloaded, but not all of the songs that I like are here. Of course, they always update the app every month if there are new songs that are available. And then Prime Video. I am currently watching the X-Files. You all know that. I did show you that in one of my vlogs. And then I'm also watching The Modern Family. It's really, really funny. I do recommend that. I just finished watching The Supernatural in the COVID lockdown. What else did I finish on Prime Video? I also finished The Bates Motel. Oh my gosh, that was really, really heavy. There are a lot of series here that I really want to check out, but I don't want to like watch all of them all together. I want to finish them one by one. Here on the same screen, I have, of course, YouTube right here. And then I have my week planner. This is a really nice application. I also have this on my phone. It's really nice because you can actually flip the pages. And then I also have my page calendar. This one here at the bottom is Apple's calendar, but I downloaded another one which is called Page Cal. I love this more. I use this more than this one. And then I have my notes. These are the most important stuff that I always use here on my Ipod Touch. And then on my second screen, I have these. These are social media stuff. The first two right here is Kindle and books of Apple. Of course, I really miss the physical book. I don't have a space in which I can keep books. So even if I wanted to buy them, I really couldn't. The digital electronic book is really, really helpful for me to be able to still read books even if I don't have the physical ones, you know. I can just buy them from Amazon Kindle and I'm good, you know. And then the Apple books, I don't really use it that much. They rarely do ebook sales, so I read more from Kindle than the books. And then I have here my WordPress app that I need for my work stuff, the business stuff, because I created a site through WordPress. Oh my gosh, it's raining hard. Yeah. And then I have here my app store. And then these are the 4 apps that I use: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on the third screen I have my mail, messages, FaceTime, contacts, my files, my photos, my calculator that I always use. And then on the next screen I have my guitar tuner, I have my voice recorder, ultimate guitar tabs, and then I have my Ask Mule karaoke, and my maps, where is my Ipod Touch, Meteo, weather app, and this is Mediaset Play. Mediaset is an Italian network. Maybe I'm out or anything like that, I can watch from this app Italian channels, you know. So of course, guitar tuner for tuning my guitar, and my tabs are of course essential for me whenever I want to play my guitar. And then my voice recorder, that is also a must. Voicemail karaoke, I don't really use it that much now, but sometimes I listen to my old recordings and it's just fun. Those are the apps that I keep in here that I really wanted to share with you because this is part of me. My channel is also about music and all that, and sometimes I really do want to talk about other things rather than beauty and makeup. And this is my lifestyle, this is part of me, and my channel is all about lifestyle as well. So I hope you find that interesting. I hope you will find some apps interesting to discover. You can download them and check them out. And maybe you would ask me, do I recommend this? Yes and no. It's up to you. I wouldn't tell you to go out and buy this item because it is not a necessity. It is something that you have to ask yourself if you do really need it. It is not a device that everybody needs at this day and age. You have your phone, you can have all these apps, you can download all of these on your phone, or if you have an iPad, you can also do that. If you are a music lover, yes, I will recommend it because it is not just music. It is more than that. You can do a lot of stuff in here. It is like an extension of your smartphone. So this is also very useful for someone who wants to get into Apple devices. This is not just a music item. You can also use this for FaceTiming, messaging. You can also install some other apps like WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger or Skype or whatever you like. Although of course this cannot function without Wi-Fi, definitely not. But if you have Wi-Fi available, you can actually use this to phone somebody, to message somebody, and I think that's a plus, you know. So those are the perks of having an Apple Ipod Touch. Another advantage is that of course it is small. It's practically smaller than the larger iPhones that we have right now in 2020. If you want something that has a larger screen, this is not gonna be for you. You won't like this because this is really small. But on the flip side, because it is small, you can actually bring this with you anywhere. That's why I like it so much. I can always carry this with me. It is thin, it is light, it is small. Of course, you have a smaller screen. That's the downside, but it is something that is portable. You can carry it with you everywhere. Want a small screen? Do you want a larger screen? So that is something you really need to consider. If you are not a music lover, you don't really need it. If you think your cell phone is enough, you have everything in your cell phone, you don't really need it. It's all about just your preference. I will leave it up to you. You really have to think a lot about your purchases. I hope these are pointers that are helpful for you to decide if you need to buy it or not. I hope I will see you again in my next video. I invite you to subscribe and click the notification bell so you will be notified of my new uploads. Just like, share, comment. I would really love to hear from you and connect with you. I'm on Facebook, Kquinze. I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Kquinze. Thank you also so much for watching. We'll talk again soon. Ciao!